Hello, I pray y'all are having a blessed and prosperous day. This is not even a video. I'm just going to entitle this Venting. We just venting, right? I was sitting back and I was thinking to myself, we talking about relationships now. And I'm sorry if y'all can't hear me because the wind is going to be blowing. It's windy out here. But try to speak a little louder. But when you are in relationships and you're not healed, neither is the other person, y'all collide a lot. Like, it's always bumping heads. Like, you never on the same page, you know what I'm saying? And I know some relationships, sometimes you're not on the same page, but in every situation, you're never on the same page. They triggering you triggering them, and it's just a whole big mess, just toxic situation, right? And then we tend to blame the other person. Because I did that. I did that for like a couple years. Blaming the other person. He did this. He did that. Whatever. Even though he did that and he knew better, or as I thought he knew better, but he was coming from a broken place. And he was hurting the people that really cared about him. And he was triggering me of my brokenness inside of me. And I was triggering him of his brokenness inside of him. And the wounds that has been opened that never was healed, they was trying to cope with it. And I was trying to cope with it. Because if you don't get the healing, it's going to show up. If you get into relationships, it's going to show up. That person is going to trigger you so much until you heal the wounds that needs to be healed. And if you don't, it's an ongoing process. It's going to keep on going on and on and on and on until you fix it. That's why it's so necessary to heal before jumping into a relationship. Heal the wounds that needs to be healed. Because you don't want to jump into a relationship and bleed on that person. They don't deserve it. Just like our children and the people that are around us does not deserve the brokenness of us. We have got to heal to give them the best version of ourselves possible that we can give them. And give ourselves the best version we can give ourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want to love ourselves. We don't want to hurt ourselves. And that's in the same sense as we don't want to hurt nobody else or our children. We don't want to be getting angry with our children, yelling at them because of something that they did that triggered us. You know what I'm saying? They might have said something. Or you might have told them, hey, pick up your jacket that you just threw in the hallway. And then they not listening to you. But it may bring up a point in your life where you were speaking to people and they wasn't listening to you. So that might trigger you. And then you constantly telling them over and over, but you did that one time before with another person in the past. You kept talking and talking and talking and they wasn't listening to you. That's a trigger for you. And now you find yourself yelling at your child. This is just an example. Yelling at your child. Pick that jacket up. Didn't I tell you to pick that jacket up? And they looking like, whoa. But you done told them multiple times. But it's a trigger for you. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that it's nobody's fault. Everybody is going through something. If you don't fix the brokenness inside of yourself, it will show. And people will trigger that. But once you heal, they can no longer trigger you because you have control over them. So if they do something that once you was broken about, but you have now healed, now you'll be able to deal with that situation a little different than you dealt with it before. And then that way it could be great communication between both people. Not the yelling, not the saying things that you don't mean to say because you're upset because they triggered you. You know what I'm saying? Doing things to hurt that person, to get back at that person, or whatever the case may be. So yes, being in relationships, yes, it hurt when that person don't treat you right. You know what I'm saying? Talk to you all types of ways and do whatever. But it was actually your fault because you stayed around and allowed them to do you any type of way. You did not leave. You did not leave because you might have been dealing with abandonment or rejection. You know what I'm saying? And it was still holding on to you and you never resolved that issue. So you don't want to leave that person. You're going to sit around and keep on accepting the bare minimum from these people, these broken people, and stay. But once you start healing, you understand you don't have to stay. You don't. And if they don't want to work on their self, you have to leave them. And I know it's hard to just say, well, I'm just going to leave them behind. You want them to grow. You want them to go with you. But sometimes you have to leave people right where they're at because they might not want to grow. And if they don't want to go, you can't drag them along with you. You can't, because you're going to be wearing your own self down. And you're going to lose yourself. And you're not going to be where God wants you to be at because you're trying to drag them along. That's baggage. We're not dragging people along. We don't need baggage. We're going to drop that baggage off because it's too heavy. It's too heavy. And we don't need to be carrying that. We already trying to carry our own stuff. Trying to carry somebody else's stuff too. Too much. It's too much. It costs too much. It's too expensive. So we're not doing that. And I just really want people to understand that it's impossible to be in a relationship when you're not healed. You have to know yourself. You have to understand yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to date yourself. You have to be around yourself to know what you like and what you don't like so you can give it to other people and let them know how you want to be treated. And then, two, have conversations with these people and see if they're healed. You know what I'm saying? It's good to help people as they're healing, but if they don't want to heal, you can't stay right there. You have got to go. Because you have a journey. Everybody has a journey. And you cannot pause your journey to help somebody else out on that journey when they're not even doing anything to help their journey. And you cannot do it for them. Trust me, I tried that. It does not work. You cannot fix nobody. You cannot sit there and try to do the work for somebody else. They have got to do it by themselves. And you have a job to do on your own. And I know I got a little off topic, but just a little bit. But my main thing coming on this video to say is heal before you move into a relationship. You do not want to bleed on other people. And if you got children, they deserve the best version of yourself that you can give them. So be gentle with them and be gentle with yourself. And be gentle with the people around you. If you get triggered or you feel the type of way, go by yourself. Get yourself together before you get in the presence of other people. Because guess what? Whatever you say out your mouth, you could be tearing that person down. You could be hurting that person. And we don't want to do that. We want to uplift people. We want to encourage others. Because we don't want no blood on our hands, right? And this is Coach Callahan. And I just wanted to bring this message to you all. And y'all have a blessed and prosperous day.